The things which you have heard from me in the presence of many witnesses, entrust these to faithful men who will be able to teach others also. In the 1970s, the multiplication of disciples became all the rage in the church. And that's wonderful. I applaud that, and I don't want to take anything away from that. Where one more mature believer disciples another, that's fine. But I believe the reason why it became such a rage is because the pulpit, because of liberalism, had become so weak. The people were not being fed from the pulpit, and so they needed this addition. Now again, I am all for members discipling members and things such as that. Please don't get me wrong. But that's not what this text is teaching. This text is talking about elder qualified men, spiritual men, praying for and investing their lives into other men who are aspiring to the office of overseer or some office, pouring their lives into them that they might become elder qualified and be useful in the ministry. It is about, listen to me, I believe this with all my heart. Pastors are the highest office. They are the most important person. Now, but when I say that, realize that I'm saying this. Pastoring is more than expository preaching. It is not less than expository preaching, but it is more. It's shepherding, pastoring, guarding, visiting hospitals. It's taking care of the flock. But there's one part of pastoring that has been totally eliminated from the vocabulary of most pastors or elders. And what is it? The training of men. The training of men. Now, let me say something else. I love what I hear from a lot of the seminaries. I so appreciate that ministry. I think, I want young men, and I want people to know Greek and Hebrew, and I want them to have that experience of being challenged academically and to learn to think in a non-contradictory manner with systematic theology and systematic ethics. I most definitely want them studying hermeneutics and most definitely church history. I really do. But Pastor, you don't turn your sons in the ministry over to a seminary. My son is 17. He's going to be going to college. Well, he's already finished a year and a half at master's, but from home, and sooner or later he's going to go probably there. When he goes there, they will always be his teachers. I'm his father. I'm going to be calling him probably almost every night. When I go there to visit out to California, I'll be talking to his teachers. I'm going to be finding out what he's studying. Why? He is my son. He's their student. He's my son. But here's what happens. A young man feels called into the ministry, and immediately the pastor relinquishes hold on him and sends him off somewhere. And many times doesn't even know if he's gone to a biblical church. Doesn't know what he's being taught. And then after 3 years sometimes of not even hardly being in a church, he'll go to some organization. All of that is, it's so wrong, there's nowhere to even, it's wrong on every level. If you're a pastor, I want you to know this. This is my view of seminaries, and please, again, I have the greatest respect for seminaries, and I think most seminary professors, at least a lot of them, would agree with me here. A seminary is the place where you not necessarily go to be prepared. A seminary is where you go to learn all the tools you need to spend the rest of your life preparing. And a seminary was never called by God to be so much an incubator and a guardian of young preachers. That is the church's job. That is the pastor's job. And you don't let go of that boy. There used to be a thing in Baptist life that doesn't really exist anymore. It was called watch care. If a young man went to seminary far away from his church, that pastor of that church went on a big investigation to find a biblical church and develop a relationship with those elders at that church. And that young man was put under watch care in the sense that those other elders watched over that young man. The church is the incubator. The church is the nurturer. The church is the judge. The church is the ordainer. The church is the sender. The church is the support. And the church can even be the discipliner of the missionary. The church.